Alrighty, back at it with Duelist Kingdom, and in this one we have got Bonz taking on Panik. As I am, again, just fiddling with my sound settings. For some reason, whenever I keep plugging in my HDMI, I get like barely any sound. There we go. Okay. If you do hear any static in the background, it has just started raining where I am as well, and it's getting down quite heavy, so you might hear a bit of a, almost like a static now. Okay, now there's too much noise coming through. There we go. Alright, Panik has started off with Lord of Zemia, or Zemaya. I would say I reckon Zemaya sounds better. Job change mirror, King Fog. Classic card I used to use back in the Forbidden Memories days. Job change mirror, that was also on Forbidden Memories, and it cost you the maximum amount of star chips. Forbidden Memories was a weird game, and King of Yummy Makai is also in there as well, Panik's ace monster from the season. Alright, a face down defense and 2 spell or traps from Bonz. Yugioh is in there as well, that was also a good fusion in Forbidden Memories days as well. You could use Ancient Lamp along with either Pop Trick, or actually you could use any rock type. Any rock type with Ancient Lamp. Ancient Lamp or Mystic Lamp? No, I think it was Mystic Lamp. Ancient Lamp, that's the one with Legend, isn't it? Alright, Bonz has just activated Robin Goblin. Panik tributed Job Change Mirror and got King of Yummy Makai to the field. Doku Ruizu, the Grim Reaper, is destroyed. Panik has drawn Big Eye, so he could see the top 5 cards of his deck if he chooses to. Alright, turn change to Bonz. With Robin Goblin on the field, Panik has to be very careful. He doesn't want to get any life point damage because he will lose random cards from his hand. There's Sangan. And Panik goes with Lord of Zemaya, a wicked entity that manipulates enemies towards a path of destruction. Sounds like it should be more than 1300 with that sort of description. I was actually flicking through a lot of the normal monsters in Yugioh a couple of days ago, and some of the descriptions for the cards that are really weak are really, like, they make them sound so powerful. And, alright, there's Dragon Zombie. A dragon revived by sorcery. Its breath is highly corrosive. Alright, there's 300 points off Panik. Robin Goblin will activate, so Panik... Oh, he lost Sangan. Now, that was sent from his hand to the graveyard. It wasn't actually destroyed. So Sangan's effect won't activate. There's Visago the Destroyer. Alright, King Fog. King Fog is played down. A fiend that dwells in a blinding curtain of smoke. Alright, King of Yummy Makai destroys Dragon Zombie. And now King Fog will do 1000 points of damage. Still a bit of a risk for Panik to have King Fog in attack mode because Robin Goblin could get rid of another card. However, Bonz also is facing down a 2000 attacker, so he's going to get a hard hit coming back. And Bonz has gone with a defense. So this could be it. Panik could have Yugioh and King of Yummy Makai on the field now. If he chooses to, that is. And he does. Alright, King Fog is tributed. Down goes Yugioh. Alright, King of Yummy Makai launches the attack. Bone Mouse, speaking of Forbidden Memories. That was a monster you would encounter a lot during the first stages of the game. Good fusion bait too. You fuse a zombie and a plant. Under 1000 it will make a wood remains. Get a wood remains with another plant, you can get Pumpkin the King of Ghosts. I will have to do a video soon on... I do have a couple of videos of Forbidden Memories, but I should do a renewed one, a refreshed one. Oh, Skull. Very interesting card. If Bonz has enough monsters in his graveyard, he can remove them from play and he can destroy face-up monsters with it. There's 7 Tools of the Bandit. Panik plays Big Eye. And this could actually be it. Bonz doesn't have a lot of points left. It is a 3-legged zombies, and that will do it. King of Yummy Mackay and Big Eye will attack. If Bonz doesn't have anything to block the attack with, he could activate Skull there. I think he does have either 4 or 5 monsters in his graveyard now. There we go, we saw 5 go out. King of Yummy Mackay's level is 5, so Bonz can destroy it. So Bonz will get another turn in. He will have to be very lucky. He'd have to draw a Dark Hole or something along those lines to be able to get back into this match, but alright, 3 cards in hand, and Bonz plays the Snake Hair, which is only a 1500. And card destruction. So, oh, Pumpkin the King of Ghosts was in Bonz's hand. He could never get it to the field though, and there is Sword of Dark Destruction. Snake Hair now at 1900. Unfortunately, it won't be enough for Bonz. However, Panik will lose another random card from his hand. And there goes Mask of Darkness. So Magic Gun can be equipped with Dark and there's Dispel. I was going to say Bonz might actually be able to draw another card, but not now. Sword of Dark Destruction is destroyed from Dispel. Magic Gun is summoned. And okay, Bonz flips up Castle Walls. It won't do anything now, but Bonz just decides to show us what card he had. Dark Energy is equipped to Ushi Oni. That will do 850 points. 950, sorry. And Bonz is down to 300. Magic Gun will finish him off, and Panik will pick up the first win of this best of 3. Oh, okay. No, he won't. Bonz has activated Skull there again. And Magin is only a 2-star monster. Wow, okay. Bonz still in it. Alright. Well, you never know. You never know what card's on the top of your deck, unless you've used an effect. However, Bonz draws another card, and does he have anything at all? Okay, he's got a defense. He's still in it. Panik only has to draw a monster. And he does. The Shadow Who Controls the Dark. Well, I'll tell you what, Bonz hung in there. But it looks like this will be it. It is Temple of Skulls that Bonz had down. So the Shadow Who Controls the Dark will finally get the job done. Bonz durable as still in that duel. Alright, we'll flip the perspective. Now, in terms of season, Panik, he's won and lost about the same amount. I think he's won 3 and lost 4, or won 4 and lost 3, something like that. He's been pretty even, about 50%. Bonz, on the other hand, is yet to win a match. Also, I did see a few new commenters. I'll shout them out as we're setting up a new duel. I did see one new name, and click through. Yes, there it is. Cody Smith 630. That is a new name that I've seen in the comments as well. Oh, also Kieran Dixon. That's a new name that was seen as well. Kieran Dixon 7236. Thank you, both you guys, for being here and enjoying the Yu-Gi-Oh content. As we see Bonz's opening hand, Robin Goblin is there. There's Revival of Dekuru Rider. And he's also got Violet Crystal, so that's not a bad starting hand from Bonz. And oh, Trap Hole. Alright, Panik gets rid of Dragon Zombie. And Bonz will be undefended for his first turn. And Trap Hole is such a devastating card. There's Robin Goblin activated, so Bonz will be able to make use of that effect again in this duel. There's Ryukish Empowered. And Big Eye flips up, so Panik can organise the top 5 cards of his deck. And organise them however he feels. And he has done so. So Bonz only with Fire Reaper and Corroding Shark. even with Violet Crystal, he would only get Corroding Shark to 1400. And this is 2800 points coming off Bonz. He'll be down to 5200. So not the start he was hoping for. He would have loved to have had that Dragon Zombie on the field for at least one turn. And Skull-Lair is drawn again from Bonz as well. And he plays Corroding Shark. And he has also decided to use Violet Crystal. If he didn't have Robin Goblin on the field, probably wouldn't play that move. But however, he is doing life point damage here, so Panik will lose a card out of his hand. And card count in early Yu-Gi-Oh is so vital. So Panik did lose a monster. I believe it was Dark Shade that just went to the graveyard. Early days of Yu-Gi-Oh, your card count, if you get low on your card count, it's very difficult to actually build those cards back up. That's why in early Yu-Gi-Oh, doing everything you can to protect the monsters on your side of the field was so valued. It's not as valued anymore in these days of Yu-Gi-Oh because it's so easy to special summon. In these days it was not, as we see Corroding Shark is destroyed and Frenzied Panda will get a shot in. Bonz down to 3800. Panik sitting comfortably at 7800 and Strong Field at 1600 and a 1200. Oh, there's Armored Zombie. And damn, Bonz did use the Violet Crystal. He would have had an 1800 if he didn't play his Violet Crystal so early. Frenzied Panda is destroyed, so Panik will lose another card from his hand, and Lord of Zemaya. So Panik does still have the stronger monster on the field. However, if he destroys too many monsters, Panik, Bonz will be able to activate Skull-Lair. Alright, down goes Meter Bat. It's an 800. And Bonz opts not to use Skull-Lair. He could use Skull-Lair to destroy Meter Bat if he wanted to. Alright, there goes Armored Zombie. I do believe Bonz has 3 monsters in his graveyard now. 1 more and he will be able to destroy Ryukish Empowered. And Panik does have to get Bonz's monsters off the field to be able to get to his life point, so he'll have to destroy something if it's played down. There's Stop Defense, which isn't really useful for Bonz's predicament. So Fire Reaper is down. And Bonz, after Fire Reaper is destroyed, there will be 4 monsters in the graveyard, so he could destroy Ryukish Empowered. Panik goes with the Shadow Who Controls the Dark. It's another 800. So Bonz has a bit of a choice here. He can use the effect of Skull-Lair to destroy Meter Bat and Shadow Who Controls the Dark. He can sacrifice 2 monsters for each. Or he can use Skull-Lair to get rid of Ryukish Empowered. So he can save himself 1600 life points, or he can get rid of the 1600 attacker. And he's gone for 4. He will opt to destroy Ryukish Empowered. Bonz will have to draw a monster on his next turn, otherwise he will lose on the next turn and will lose this match to Panik. So Bonz now down to 1300, Panik at 7500. Weaker monsters on the field though. It all comes down to this draw, and it's Dark Assailant. It's only 1200, but it will do. And Panik only has 1 card in his hand, and this is where the effect of Robin Goblin is so devastating. So Panik will lose it. It was only a polymerization, however, Panik now is going to have a hard time keeping cards in his hand. He draws, he does only have 1 card to play at this time, and he puts it face down. He doesn't really have a choice, and turns Shadow Who Controls the Dark to defense. There's Tribute to the Doomed. That's a very, very powerful magic card. Discard 1 card and destroy a monster on the field. Very fitting for Bonz's deck too, with that mummified fill. And Panik has played another face down spell or trap. So no monsters on the field, and Panik, there's sort of Dark Destruction. And Bonz has elected to play it onto Dark Assailant, and we'll put it at 1600, and probably a good move, because if Bonz loses Dark Assailant, he probably loses this duel. And Panik does have a few monsters that are above 1200. Now, above 1600, not so much. He did lose Yugioh Empowered, and I think that might be his only monster at that strength that he doesn't have to tribute for. So Bonz now with the advantage. Panik has drawn another monster, so he will be able to defend at least from his 1600 attack. There's Clown Zombie, one of Bonz's anime cards. Thing is though, Bonz does have to be careful. He does only have 1300 points, and he goes for stop defense. So let's see what that face down is from Panik. It is Fiend's Hand, only a 600. So 2350 about to come off Panik. That's going to put him down to 3150. Is my math right? Yes, 3150. And Panik, again, has no cards in his hand. Robin Goblin has really done the damage in this duel. Oh, and Panik hasn't drawn a monster. He hasn't even decided to play that card face down. There's Dark Hole. And Bonz all in control here, and he is going to make a very impressive comeback. He was on the brink of defeat, had to draw a monster, and he drew the Dark Assailant. Oh, it was King of Yummy Makai. 1600 off Panik, he's down to 200 life points, and amazingly Bonz has come back in this match. On the brink of defeat, one turn away. If he didn't draw Dark Assailant or drew a weaker monster, anything under 800, he was gone. And Panik again has not played anything down, so it must be another 5-star monster. So he does have a few of them in his deck. He does have... what's he got? He's got Reaper of the Cards, Ushioni. I think they might actually be his only 5 or higher monsters. Oh, Dark Chimera. I think that might need a tribute as well. So we now at 1-1 after an impressive comeback from Bonz. We will flip the perspective once more. Panik will get the point of view this time. So winner take all as we pull Bonz back in. Vice Dragon. Alright, Panik has elected to go first. And Dark Hole, Dark Titan of Terror, Castle of Dark Illusions, Trap Hole, and the Shadow Who Controls the Dark. That is a very good opening hand for Panik. Alright, Bonz goes with the Snake Hair, and he'd feel pretty confident on that. Panik does have a Trap Hole, but he's elected not to play. He does have Dark Hole still on the field as well. Alright, Castle of Dark Illusions is flipped up. Now, it increases all zombie monsters by 200. That will include Bonz's Snake Hair. As long as this card remains face up on the field, the attack and defense of all zombie monsters will keep going up every turn. Go up by 200 points during each turn. I think it goes for 4 turns. Yeah, 4th turn. Snakehair now at 1900. Bonz plays Yummy, which will actually buy him another turn for his Castle of Dark Illusions. So a bit of a double-edged sword for Panik. He does have some options. He does have his Dark Hole, and he does have a Trap Hole, so he's... And oh, Revival of Dakuru Rider is played by Bonz. We haven't seen him often during this tournament. The Dakuru Rider is a 1900, so it's not the strongest fusion out and about, but it is one of the coolest looking. So 1900, and it is a zombie, so it will benefit from Castle of Dark Illusions. Bonz has summoned it unknowingly that the Panik does have a Dark Hole. And there goes Castle of Dark Illusions. And Panik is going to play it. He's played Dark Hole. There goes Duel Rider and the Snake Hair. He really had no choice, otherwise Snake Hair would have grown stronger. Panik plays Sangan, which is a 1200, and does have the ability to draw him another card from his deck when it's destroyed. So Bonz down to 6370. We do get those odd life point counts this time because Panik did use a monster that had the 30 in the defense, a 1930 defense. There's only a very select handful of cards, as Bonz has played Monster Reborn and has brought back Duel Rider. And Duel Rider will destroy Sangan. Panik down to 7300. He will get another draw from his deck. And what does he go with? He decides Big Eye. He could use the effect of Big Eye to check the cards in his deck and rearrange them in an order that he likes. He does still have Trap Hole on the field. Remember, Trap Hole doesn't work on special summons. There's Dark Chimera. And that's what Panik does. He decides to go with Big Eye. Okay, Bonz now plays down the 13th Grave, a zombie that suddenly appeared from plot number 13. So he does have Trap Hole, and he's thinking about it, and he has gone for it. So he's opted to protect life points, potentially stopping Bonz from doing a tribute summon as well, as you wouldn't want to get rid of Duel Rider. Big Eye's flipped up, so Panik will get to rearrange. Oh no. That is a shocking 5-card draw. And it is going to be very, very difficult. Panik will only have monsters for the next 5 turns. And none of them have effects that are going to get through a 1900. He's got nothing to stop Duel Rider for 5 turns. That is an absolute howler of the next 5 cards for Panik. He's got no trap cards in his graveyard either, so even Mask of Darkness is just bait here. Panik will have to get through 5 turns and just hope that Bonz doesn't have any monsters to play other than Duel Rider, and already Corroding Shark has been played. Alright, Duel Rider attacks. Bonz went with the sure thing. Oh, sorry, I am mistaken. He did have Trap Hole. And Corroding Shark does 1100. So Panik in real trouble here. He's got to get through. He's got to get through quite a lot of monsters. Down goes Frenzied Panda. So he saved Dark Titan of Terror, Dark Titan of Terror, just in case, I guess, Bonz plays something over 1200. He wants to conceal that 1300, which will become 1500. So Panik absolutely has to do everything he can to keep monsters off of Bonz' side of the field. He doesn't want Duel Rider getting a boost from another army. There is a Fire Reaper. Trap Hole will not work on Fire Reaper. The monster needs to be 1000 or higher. Duel Rider destroys Frenzied Panda. And now we will see a 700 point attack on Panik's life points. He's now down to 4800. Bonz still sitting at 6270. And it's getting a bit dicey for Panik right now. There's Dark Shade. So Panik's still hanging on to Dark Titan of Terror. The Dark Shade will be at 1200. And destroys Fire Reaper, 500 off of Bonz. Even if Panik could get Dark Chimera to the field, it still wouldn't be enough. He would have to get... I did see Reaper of the Cards as we see Dragon Zombie come down. And now Panik has got no choice. He will have to use Trap Hole on that. You can't have a 1600 along with Duel Rider. Panik will run out of life points within 3 turns. It will go 16, 32, 48. Exactly. Panik now down to 4,100. Dukuru Rider sweeping the field. And there it is, Reaper of the Cards. That was listed at number 5 for Panik to draw. So we don't know what cards Panik is going to have coming up from here. He has lost a bit of points, but he has gotten through that 5-turn deficit of only having monsters. So he could draw a Dark Hole. He could draw a Fissure. Down goes Blue-Eyed Silver Zombie. So Dukuru Rider once again will destroy the defense. And Panik is going to lose another 900 points. That's going to put him down to 3,300? 3,200? Draw phase, and it's Ushi Oni. That is the worst possible card that Panik could have drawn at this stage, because he's not going to be able to tribute anything with Dukuru Rider on the field. He's going to have to get a Dark Hole or a or something to block an attack, or get rid of Dukuru Rider if he wants to get that Ushi Oni to the field. He's only got 5-star monsters in his hand now. Ushi Oni's a 6. Still only needs 1 tribute. And there we have it. Dukuru Rider will destroy Dark Titan of Terror. And Panik is running out of options. Bonz could just be moments away from picking up his first win of the season. He's 0-7. Panik plays Dispel. And it's Reinforcements. If Bonz has a monster that's over 400 attack, which he should, I don't think he's got any monster in his deck under it, Bonz is going to pick up this win. And, oh, he doesn't have any other monsters. So Dukuru Rider attacks. Panik down to 900 life points. And we are possibly 1 turn away from watching Bonz pick up his first win. There's Magic Gun. It will at least be able to defend, while Panik has drawn monsters. I think the only magic and traps he's drawn is Yami, Dispel, and Trap Hole. And oh, Tribute to the Doomed. Crawling Dragon sent to the graveyard. There goes Magic Gun, and this duel is done. Panik, who picked up a win against the undefeated Paradox Brothers a couple of weeks ago. He also beat Kaiba, has now just taken a loss to the Duelist, who couldn't win. He was 0-7, and Panik has been defeated amazingly by Bonz. This tournament so far has produced these sorts of matches. Anyone can win against any deck on any given day. I think that's what makes this tournament as good to watch as it is so far, because anybody could win at any time. So that one is done. Bonz picks up an underdog victory. It's his first win in the season. I'm just flicking to my Duelist Kingdom brackets. So Bonz defeats Panik. And in the next one for Duelist Kingdom, coming up tomorrow, that would be the Paradox Brothers against Bandit Keith. That too should be a pretty good match. So far we've got Kaiba and Taya and the Paradox Brothers all tied for first. Yugioh and Mai following behind that. And now we see Bonz and Weevil have both picked up a win each. So very, very interesting to see who is actually going to finish top here. If Panik had won that, he would have gone equal with 4th, 5th. So let's flip over to Battle City and let's see who is playing after this match. Come out about half an hour or an hour, depending how long the production takes. It is Weevil against Kaiba. They did play in Duelist Kingdom only a few days ago, and what a match that was. Very surprising, very, very surprising outcome. Will we see some retribution in this duel? I'm going to go ahead and get that produced. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.